Good afternoon, friends. This video I'm recording on one of the important and welcome judgment coming from Gujarat High Court in the case of BKC Footwear and other club matters. This is pertaining to refund of input along with input services which was disputed when we talk about refund on account of inverted duty structure. If we look at the provision under section 54 subsection 3, which permits refund of unutilized ITC on two count: zero rated supplies without payment of tax. So zero rated could be export of goods and services and supplies to SEZ unit or developer without payment of tax. And second, when there is inverted duty structure and credit gets accumulated on account of rate of tax on input, the word used input is higher than the rate of tax on outward supply, except nil rated and exempted supplies or specifically barred by notification number 5/2017. If we look at relevant rule 89 sub rule 5, when GST got introduced, this rule was permitting refund on input and input services on account of inverted duty structure. Amendment was made by notification number 21/2018 dated 18th April 2018, and thereby the net ITC for which there was a claim for refund on account of inverted duty structure was restricted only on input, excluded input service, and this dispute started growing in. If we look at today's formula, that net ITC, which is only ITC pertaining to input multiplied by turnover of inverted rate of supply of goods and services divided by adjusted total turnover. So your outward can be of goods or services for claiming refund of inverted duty structure, but net ITC will contain ITC pertaining to input only, and this amendment was made on 18th of April 2018. Since then, it is disputed whether as a taxpayer I am entitled to get refund on input services along with input when I talk about refund on account of inverted duty structure. And we have seen that a lot of hue and cry in the market. Recently, Honorable Gujarat High Court has said that refund of input service will also be available along with input when we talk about refund of inverted duty structure. Rightly so, because when we say input tax credit, then it must be having on both count input and input services, and credit getting accumulated because rate is higher than the rate on my outward supply. This is a laudable change and laudable judgment, and it is coming from Gujarat High Court. It is now the first of the judgment on this account that refund of input service is also available along with input when we talk about refund of inverted duty structure. Now, having said that, there are 2-3 things which I would like to highlight here that pertaining to inverted duty structure. The recent circular number 135 dated 31st March 2020 has created another problem, and they have raised concern in the mind of taxpayer As per this circular, they are saying when we are trading in a particular goods as such, and there is accumulation of credit because rate on my purchase is higher than the rate on my outward, then refund is not permissible under section 54 subsection 3 Roman 2. This is creating a dispute, but this is a clear-cut case. When I paid higher rate on my inward, maybe same goods, and my rate on outward is lesser, then I must be granted refund on that account as well. That is my humble opinion. Second, just to draw your attention, in case of supplies to merchant exporter, so if we are a normal supplier supplying to merchant exporter at 0.1% rate, then what happen? You may have higher rate of GST paid on inward supply. For supply to merchant exporter at 0.1%, you can claim refund under inverted duty structure. Last and foremost, now we all are talking about be local, we vocal. Our Honorable Prime Minister has said that India need to create lot of manufacturing facility, and we have to see the growth in the manufacturing sector. 20 lakh crore rupees package is being announced to give stimulus to fight against COVID-19, and this is to provide stimulus to MSME sector. My humble opinion and my representation to the Government of India would be that in case of refund of inverted duty structure, first they should come out with the crystal clear terms, which is coming out from Gujarat High Court now, that refund on input service will also be available along with input on account of refund of inverted duty structure. But I'm making a broader point to all of you. When we are talking about we local and we vocal, and we are inviting new business, new investment in India, then you may be putting up a lot of investment in capital goods. And there may be a case that you may have paid 28% or 18% GST, but your outward is only 5% or 12%. So what happened? There would be accumulation of credit on account of GST paid on capital goods. When we are talking about we local and we vocal, inviting a lot of investment in India to create manufacturing setup in India, capital goods is the need and necessity for such setting up of business. So what happened if I paid higher rate on capital goods, which is not permitted now, but when we are talking about stimulus for manufacturing and talking about we local and we vocal, we must look into that such sector putting lot of investment in capital goods at higher rate and their outward is at lower rate, they must be allowed on that account as well. Otherwise, what happen? Accumulation is a blocking of working capital. Opportunity cost. Interest is the opportunity cost. So whenever we look at the taxation policy for the country and we talk about stimulus to manufacturing sector, then this is another subject matter where government must look into and allow refund on account of capital goods as well. But at the first step, let's come out with a clear term that even on input service, though coming by this Gujarat High Court judgment, but to avoid any dispute, they must allow and they must clarify that refund on input service is permissible. Now, what is the relevance of this judgment pan-India? This is one of the unique judgment which is coming, and this is the only judgment which talks about as on date refund is permissible on input service along with input, and there is no contrary judgment. I am of the view and in my humble opinion, this is applicable pan-India till the time any contrary judgment comes out. But why contrary? Requesting government to come forward, make sure business grows, And these kind of taxation policy helps businessmen to promote, grow, and set up business in India. This is my humble opinion, but laudable judgment, it can be applied till the time contrary judgment comes in for refund on input and input services when we talk about refund of inverted duty structure. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much.